Well, the family of one of 3 people killed in a Lake Coeur d'Alene boating accident last summer launched a wrongful death lawsuit. That claim, filed in Spokane Superior Court, accuses advertising executive Dennis Magner of causing the fatal collision and then lying about it to investigators. KXLY4's Jeff Humphrey working for you now with more on that lawsuit.
Right now, there are 3 different lawsuits underway involving accidents on local waterways where skippers are accused of negligent or unsafe boating. Even though all the defendants were just enjoying a day on the lake, they ended up hurting or killing someone and now face costly lawsuits as well.
Dennis Magner is just the latest boat skipper who may owe a small fortune in damages, all because he apparently wasn't paying attention while driving his boat across Lake Coeur d'Alene.
Right now, what we're looking at is that it was nearly a head-on collision. The 2 boats, both noses, the bows of both boats came in contact with each other.
The lawsuit against Magner alleges his mastercraft was up on plane when it plowed into a boat drifting just off of Arrow Point. Justin Lure and 2 of his friends were thrown into the water by the impact and then drowned.
They weren't out there paying attention, worried about that they might run into somebody. Again, it was after dark. They probably didn't think that there was anybody on the water. But you still have to pay attention, especially after dark. Justin
Lure left behind his wife and 2 daughters. This lawsuit intended to make sure they're compensated for their loss.
The real tragedy is the children. We've got 2 little girls, who are going to grow up without their dad. And, that's a pretty big deal.
The suit claims Magner failed to yield to a stationary boat as the law requires, and then, according to detectives, lied about who was driving Magner's mastercraft at the time of the crash.
Not only did you make a mistake and were negligent and did some things you shouldn't have done, but then you weren't accountable for it. You didn't take responsibility.
And that may hurt Magner's credibility if he ever has to testify before a jury in this case. But none of this had to happen. Boats don't have brakes, and most don't have seatbelts or airbags. Driving around a 6,000-pound floating bullet is a tremendous responsibility. And if there's ever a time you might want to have a life jacket on, it's when you're in the water at night. Jeff Humphrey, KXLY4.